So I have begun my next painting. As usual, I procrastinate and sit here and think, oh, you know, I'm scared to get going, but anyway, I've done it now. I've done it now. So yes, she is holding a key, so this is going to be continuing this key series that I've just got this idea to do. This time with gates rather than a door, and there's going to be a wall coming over the side, a tree. It's all going to be overgrown path and that sort of thing. Hello, welcome to a new video. I've got lots of art in this one for you. I finish off my mum's floral, the abstract sort of floral painting, and I get started on a new very fairy tale themed mixed media painting, which I'm quite excited to show you. I'd like this one a lot. So I hope you enjoy watching. I've just gone over my pencil marks with my Inktense pencil so that it's permanently down. Just realised the hair starts too far back here. I'm going to move that forward. Yeah, this is the picture that I'm sort of basing it off of. Changing my hair slightly, it doesn't need to be quite as windswept and wild, so I'm going to just sort of try and tone that down a little bit. I'm changing the dress. It looks green here, but that's just to mark the shadows. It's actually going to be a red dress, and I did use a little bit of AI wizardry. We didn't ask it to change me, but it did, which is great because I don't want it to look like me. And obviously this lady is thinner than me, and the dress is slightly different. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's going to be more expressive, perhaps not as accurately painted as some of my other dresses that I've done before. That's my intention. Anyway, you know what I'm like. It'll end up being realistic, I expect. Anyway, I'm going to go in now with my Inktense blocks, get that layer down, and then get my big wet watercolour, scribbles, and all the other stuff done. And hopefully I'll do that this evening so that could be drying, and I can carry on then tomorrow with an oil paint layer. By the way, here is my very rough sketch. I didn't really need to do one with this because the only patch of light really is going to be coming from up here and falling on her. There's going to be shadow behind her, some reflections in the path perhaps. The rest of it's going to be quite dark, so I didn't really need to do a mapping of dark and light areas so much. Yeah, there's a lot I haven't really planned on. I'm thinking, do I want roses? She's going to be holding roses. I'm thinking I'd quite like roses climbing up the walls maybe. Some vague trees and an overgrown path. And so I've got a lot to sort of make up as I go along, which I'm a bit nervous about, to be honest, but we'll see how it goes. So this is the painting I began properly yesterday. I'm really loving it so far. I love these sort of blendy watercolour effects I managed to get with all the different materials. But it's looking a little bit sort of dirgy, a little bit dingy. Well, first of all, that will be lifted up when I get to the oils, but I'm going to start by defining some more sections, like, oh, there's a wall here, and I want to fit, there's a tiny little sort of gap here where the watercolour didn't go, you know, bits like that, so it looks, yeah, just a little more defined, just a touch more. I will carry on being a little bit more abstract in the background, and I'll bring the path here with some, so you can sort of see what's what, really. I guess I'll just figure it out as I go along. Yes, and I think I'm going to start on the dress if I have time. not get the camera at the right angle today. So sorry about the wonkiness. There we are. I think I finished the watercolour layer. I'm quite happy with that. It is a bit dark and dingy, but still, yeah, you can't lift it once you've gone dark with watercolour, unless you lift it off the page again. You can't really lift it, but that's fine. That's what's so good about having the mixed media process and going into oils next. So yeah, I'll get my oil paints out next. I don't have time for that today, but yeah, hopefully tomorrow. Do you know what? I've just seen one more thing. I wasn't going to do it with watercolour, I was going to do it with oils, but I think actually it'll be a hell of a lot easier in watercolour. The rungs of the gates, I'm going to do that first. I know some of you folks do like a garden update. It's looking a bit rubbish at the moment. Yes, definitely need to get it mowed. But the task today, Chris gave me these obelisks for my birthday. I put one together a couple of weeks ago, and then I did the other 3 yesterday. It took nearly all day. The problem is the ground is rock solid. It's absolutely rock solid. It's not really rained for about a month. So we're gonna drill holes in the ground for me to get these in, because I need to get these roses up. They're in bud, and as soon as, oh dear, that's got quite a bad case of white fly. As soon as this flowers, the petals will all fall off while I'm messing around with it. So, did you find it? Yeah. Good. So that's our task. Yesterday I tried using the tile to hammer in an old pipe, but the whole old pipe was that was from the old archway. Too rusty, just fell apart. A tile turned out not to be a very good hammer. What a surprise. So I literally just put it on the ground.
Yeah.
And push.
Yeah, you don't have to push hard, just pull the trigger and just give it a little light pressure.
So, as you might expect, I was going to do a time lapse of me doing all these roses, but look, it's a failure. I've given up. In fact, the other 3 obelisks I've chucked in a pile over there amongst the other mess. And another bud there. It's all coming into bud. I'm going to wait for the first batch of flowers. A lot of these are ramblers that don't repeat flower anyway. I'm going to wait, let them flower, cut them right down, and then do it, because I just cannot. It's not working. I can't get the obelisks in deep enough. The roses are just, I'm absolutely cut to pieces on both arms. So I gave up with the roses and I started pulling out the brambles that were at the back there, and then I turned around and and the obelisk had fallen, and I just scratched and I cut my cheek on my right by my mouth. That's bleeding now, so I'm really pissed off and I'm giving up, and that's it for today. I'm going to go in and paint. Right, well, I'm going to put this painting to one side. I'm really pleased with it. I think it's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to doing the oil layer over the top. But for now I'm putting it to one side, as I'm going to get out to oils next anyway. I am bringing in Mum's flower painting again. So, as you know, I like to sit with a painting for a little while and then have a habit of changing my mind over whether or not it's finished. And yeah, this one's no different. I just, this light, hang on, let me see if I can, yeah, there we go. Nope. There. Okay. I want to add in another purple petal here, coming into this space here. And I'm just thinking about doing a couple of extra proper highlights. The whites have faded into the yellows, and I want some nice bright highlights on this rose. Also, I don't know whether it's picking up, it's quite subtle, but I have done these lilac spots here and there on this rose and on here, and that was to sort of bring in this purple background, you know, make it feel a bit more blended together. But I didn't do it very well. It's all the same colour, dotted here and there, sort of almost randomly. I'm not liking it in so many places. I'm gonna change that. And I might even put maybe touches of a green in there. And I'm just thinking maybe some thicker paint in some areas, getting some maybe dry brushing going, making it look a little bit softer in some areas. That's what I'm thinking at the moment, yeah. And then I can leave it drying while I'm going to be away next week, going on holiday. Yes, because this really, it was Mum's birthday actually this week, a couple of days ago. It was finished enough to have taken it then, but because we'd just been away to Cornwall and because we were just about to go away again, I knew I was going to be too tired to drive over to Kent and back. I have now got a little bit longer to tweak this. I'm happy as it is. Chris is telling me not to fiddle with it, but I think I can make it a bit better. So let's hope I can. Now, the changes are subtle, I know. They are subtle. I am a lot happier with it. I was happy with it before, but I did do the right thing. I've managed to soften this sort of transition between the dark and the lights here. And just generally it feels a bit more blended, which I really like, without losing like bits of the texture that's in the background. And the brush strokes, you can still see the brush strokes and interesting bits like that you can still see, but I feel like also I've softened this. This was drawing too much attention here, and softening that has really helped, I think. There's just one more thing I've seen, but I have noticed this stripe here. I've gone in to soften it and created a stripe, so I'm actually going to blend in a bit of light green just here. Then I am done, I think. There we go. I think that's all I need to do. I've managed to not ruin it. And I have managed to make things a bit better. Yep, done. I'm not going to fiddle anymore. I lied. I tweaked the rose. I just wanted to bring some more colour into... I had another look at the original photograph and there was actually quite a lot of deep red in the middle. And now I've added that, I feel like there is a much greater depth to that rose. I'm really, really happy with it. And I just added a few little dots of white here and added the highlights to the gypsophilia there. Honestly, I am now over the moon with it. I think it's definitely the best out of all the florals I've done, which is what I wanted it to be. I'm honestly relieved. I'm relieved. I don't know if commissions are going to be my thing. I think I might find them too stressful. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe. I would love to see you back here again. And that's it. Thank you. Do take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.